Welcome to Guys Talk Knives Live, episode number 133. Guys, we are here in the home studio, brought to you by Smoky Mountain Knife Works, SMKW.com, the world's largest knife store. Welcome to the show, guys. It's Thursday. The week is almost over. We are still here in the home studio. Everything's cooking over at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. In fact, they are open for business right now and ready to go. In fact, they are open Sunday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So if you're in the area, come into the store and see us. Lots of cool new things in the store there to see. And of course, SMKW.com is open 24/7 every single day with 28,000 products at your fingertips for you to peruse on the website. In fact, Jason is adding more stuff as we speak. Hello, everybody in live land. It has been a harried start to this show. We have been rushing to try to get it because there have been big things happening on the site for the last couple of days. You guys asked for it. You guys wanted it. And finally, it is here. I have it in my hand right here. This, in my hand, boys, is the Rough Rider 2176, my Upswept Bowtrapper. Is in stock and ready to go. Now, Melina wanted me to show you this before I open this box. I've got this on next week's show, but look, new paper wrapped around this thing. That is the Rough Rider, stacked Rough Rider block paper right there on this thing. Let me unbox this. I have not even opened this one yet. But here is the production line of the RR 2176. Look how gorgeous that is right there. Look at those G10 underliners on top of, underneath those black micarta handles, the flat nickel silver balm shield, the bolsters, brushed steel bolster on that, and then you open this bad boy up with the half stops right there. You open it all the way up. It's got the Scandi grind. It's got the match strike pull, 440A stainless steel on the blade. You got the brass lanyard tube right there. Just look how pretty this thing is overall. I am so stoked about this knife coming in. And apparently you guys are too, because I put this out there as a soft launch on social media yesterday. I put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, put it on Instagram, told you guys it was out there, and then like wildfire, you all have bought over 32% of the stock right now. So we started the day with 600 items. 600 of these came in. They launched at 9 a.m. yesterday, and since 9 a.m. yesterday, we have sold 32% of the stock, and it just keeps climbing. This was the lead item in the email today, so I'm going to tell you straight away, if you want one of these, you should probably get one, because while we will reorder if these end up doing really as well as they seem to be doing, before anybody's even had it in hand. If these do as well as we think they're going to do, we will reorder, but that'll take time. So if you want one of these, I'm predicting probably that this inventory is going to be gone by midweek or late next week. Just at the pace that it's going right now, it may go even faster. So if you want one of these Rough Rider Upswept Bowtrappers that I know and love so much, you probably want to do it right now. I think Melina stuck you a link out there. Did she do that? She did, to the RR 2176. I think we have another work knife on our hands with this particular knife, so it is going. What are they?
That was the first thing they asked about. Are you going to talk about that today? And second thing is, how many people have already ordered it? Some people are asking, Jared's asking if we can hold some for him at the showroom.
He'd need to call the showroom to do that. So I can't make that decision for showroom staff. I know they're available in the showroom. I know that we had several people in the SNKW Army's Facebook group yesterday show the items that they ran over to the store and got. A lot of you are ordering two. They're $12.99. They are $12.99. So a lot of you guys are ordering two of these, and that's fine. It's just going to make the inventory move even faster.
Can you show the pal side? Back.
The back side?
No,
I
think it's the back.
The spine?
No.
What are we looking at? The back of the handle.
Pal side handle.
Yeah.
And Justin said he doesn't understand the Scandi grind. Why Scandi grind?
Why the Scandi grind? Well, I'll tell you why I chose a Scandi grind. Because I think it looks sexy. That is the only reason I put a Scandi grind on it. So when you have an upswept blade like that and you want it to look more sexy, you put a Scandi grind on it. It still does have an edge grind. It is sort of a faux Scandi. So on a typical real Scandi, that grind would go all the way to the blade. It does not. I just feel like it makes that upsweep look more upswept. I think it looks better that way. So that's how I designed that. That is why the Scandi grind is in there. And it is one of the things that I did not think that they were going to be able to do. And you can see the Scandis on both sides. I did not think they were going to be able to do that at the factory for a traditional. But man, did they do it. And it looks fantastic.
You understand, if you don't know the answer. It doesn't show up on the top of the list when you sort by new on the Rough Rider brand.
Right. So, we're working on things on the website all the time for improvements. One thing you'll know that sorting is just hellacious sometimes. Our sorting and new goes by when the item was built originally in the system. So we've had this knife in the works for a long time. So the reason it is not the very first new thing when you sort is because it's not going by when we got it in stock. It's going by when we built it in the system. So originally this was built some time ago. Some things have been built after it that have already come in. And so that's why you're seeing those things that are ahead of it. I promise you, if you type in the search box upswept, you're going to get this knife. You're going to get it straight away. So it's out there. It's in the email today. If you're not signed up for that, get signed up for the email. But $12.99 Rough Rider Upswept Bowtrapper. I have been after this pattern for over 3 years. So 4 years ago or so, maybe a little more than that, maybe 5 years ago, I basically did the bow trapper. It's a trapper that bows in the handle like this. It's a regular 4 1/8. And it holds wider, thicker blades. It's one of the first out-of-my-head, completely designed knives that I did for me, and I loved it. But as soon as I saw some of the upswept blades that were coming out, I was like, man, we need a bow trapper with an upswept blade. Now, you'll note that this is not the same size as a full-size trapper. It is not 4 1/8. It is 3.875 inches closed. So it is slightly smaller, so it's going to ride in your pocket nice and easy. But this is $12.99 at smkw.com right now. We're selling them fast. If you want one, probably get on it. Any other questions? No. So we're done. We don't have to talk about anything else today?
Apparently.
That's all they wanted to know about. There's a Hogue sale going on still, guys. 20% off almost all the Hogues that we have in stock. Go check those out. You can find that from a banner right there on the front of the page. A reminder again, National Knife Day is August 24th. That is Monday. It's about 2 weeks away. About 2 weeks away right now. Join us for that. Over 70 items that we are giving away, totaling a retail value of over $5,000. Lots of cool stuff still coming in for that, and I'll have all of that built soon. But join us on August 24th. We'll try to go all day and do some different things and all of that. I also will tell you some news came last night. We had a meeting with Maury Ford, and the case event that we normally have in the store had to be canceled because of the pandemic, and that's something that we all regret. And I know you guys have been talking about the case event knives and the stuff that normally happens at that event. We're still going to do that, but we're going to do it as a virtual event. So mark your calendar down for September 30th. Right now, we've scheduled a virtual event for September 30th. It is a case virtual event, and we're going to do some really cool stuff. So according to the Zoom meeting that we had last night. Anyhow, mark your calendar for that. September 30th is the case virtual event, and it will be a show. Right now, we've scheduled for 7 p.m. Woohoo! So we'll be doing a late show that day for the case virtual event. Mark your calendar. What?
That was another question on why bomb shield.
Why bomb shield? Because I love a bomb shield. And it's a little bit different of an adaptation of a bomb shield. I mean, I can reopen this, but we're going to have this on next week's show. I'll have this knife back on next week's show, Tuesday, and we'll talk about it more in depth. But I love the bomb shield. I think they're sexy. I mean, everything about this design was, let's make it sexy. Can we make a pocket knife sexy? Yes, we can, and here it is. So that's how that came about. But we'll talk more about that on Tuesday for sure. Anything else before we jump into the show? Got some cool exclusives today. In fact, I've got 1, 2, 3 exclusive items to show you today. We're going to lead off one, which is the smaller partner of the exclusive that I showed you a couple weeks ago. In fact, I showed you the Buch Open Season 110. I've got the Buch Open Season 112 Ranger Lockback in my hand right here. It is an SMKW exclusive. If you don't know about the 112, you probably should. It is the little brother of the 110. So this knife in particular in my hand is slightly smaller than the 110. It is the 112 Ranger Lockback. You're talking about a 420HC stainless steel clip point blade on this knife. You have the brass pins and the brass bolsters. That is very much like the original. Then you have the green, this is OD Green Micarta open season handles. So it is OD Green Micarta that has that nice texture basically cut into it. I don't know if they do that with a laser or how they do it, but it is cut into the handle. This is a very stout lockback, just like the 110 is, and the blade the blade width is 1/8 of an inch thick, and you've of course got the Buch shield right there in the middle of that handle. This knife does close down to 4.25 inches. I believe that the 110 closes down to 4 3/4, so it's over a ½ inch longer. So that tells you the size of this particular knife. And these are hefty knives. This is a USA-made knife and it weighs 5.6 ounces. This is an SMKW exclusive. You cannot get it anywhere else but with us. It's $70. It's $69.99 at smkw.com. And, of course, all those new 110s and stuff come with the ballistic nylon sheath. We will not include the cat hair that ended up on this one. But yeah, they come with that, and you can multi-mount this thing. Look at that. So you can mount this either horizontal because it's got the horizontal straps, or you can mount it vertical on your hip. But yeah, that's the Buch Open Season 112 Ranger Lockback at $69.99 at smkw.com. It is an SMKW exclusive. Questions, comments, thoughts?
I have a question.
You have a question?
What's the difference between something like jigged micarta and that?
What's the difference between jigged and that? It's all jigging.
That's what I thought.
It's all jigging.
It's like it was a me question.
Okay, so typically when you cut something out of the handle, that's called a jigging pattern. Jigging traditionally, though, you're looking at more like peach seed jigged and that kind of thing. But this is, yeah, you took a jig, a saw, and you cut it out. A jig.
Do you remember if the 110 had brass bolsters?
No, the 110 has nickel silver bolsters. That's what's different about this 112. It has the original bolsters. It has the brass bolsters and brass pins. The 110 Open Season is more like the premium version of the 110. It has the nickel silver bolsters and the nickel silver pins. This one has the traditional brass on it. It's just a pretty knife all the way around. Okay, any other questions?
Nope.
Comments, thoughts, concerns? Now we shall move to another exclusive. Guys, Artisan. We did this thing with Artisan, where we did all this brown burlap micarta. Not only did we do it in Artisan, we did it with CJRB too. What I'm going to show you is one of those knives, and then I'm going to follow that up with another knife from that same series immediately. So, brown burlap micarta, SMKW exclusive Artisan. This is the Corsair. This is a funky little EDC from Artisan. I love the shape of this knife. I feel like they call it a cleaver. To me, it looks like it looks like a cutlass. It looks like the old pirate cutlass blades. It's upswept. It really lets you get out on it if you want to. It is just a nice little knife. Let me tell you about this one so that you know all that is here and what makes this an exclusive. This Corsair features a 2.95 inch D2 tool steel cleaver blade. I call it a cutlass. And it does have the Artisan stonewash finish, which is always nice. It is an 1/8 of an inch thick. It's 0.125 inches thick. Right there. Nice jimping right here in this handle, right at the pivot, so you can hang on to this thing just fine. It is a manual flipper with ceramic ball bearings. Almost every Artisan and every CJRB is a manual, and it is normally, if it's a flipper, it's going to have ceramic ball bearings in it. What makes this exclusive? Brown Burlap Micarta. They have not done these handles for anybody else except for us. And then it's got the orange anodized hardware, like the pivot collar right there, like that spacer that sits on the inside. This Corsair does have the ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip. It does have the key ring that is right there. It's a snap clip ring, so this thing actually pops open like that. See that? It opens so you can put things on it. Do that with Hank Hill right there. Okay. Now, it closes down to 3.93 inches, so it is basically 4 inches closed. That's what a Corsair looks like closed. That's the front. You can see the nice little divot for the pocket clip. And then that is the back of this thing right there. Very nice. When you use the ceramic ball bearing pivot, boom, it is perfect. It opens up all the way to 6.89 inches overall. And this knife only weighs 2.9 ounces. I really like the Corsair. It is very different. It's going to be a conversation starter for you. Almost all of these exclusives from Artisan and CJRB, they're going to be $59.99 at smkw.com, and you can only get them from us. $59.99, that's the Artisan Corsair SMKW exclusive brown burlap micarta right there. It's a pretty knife. It's fun. It's funky. I like it. I like it a lot.
I like the burlap.
Yeah, the micarta is different. See how you guys can see that right there. It is not your standard canvas micarta. It's burlap, so the fibers are wider. It's pretty.
They said that orange liners would be awesome on that. Orange liners.
Oh, orange liners, the actual steel liners. It is a liner lock, guys. I didn't say that. So, yeah, orange liners would be cool.
Or the barrel spacers.
What's cool on these, on the Corsair, is they have basically embedded the liners into the handle. So you can't really see them like most of the other Artisans that are out there. It's very open construction. Those steel liners are actually, you can kind of see it as I move it just a little bit, they are actually in the handle itself. It's kind of cool.
So the barrel spaces that are orange?
There's only one. It's right there.
And how much does that one weigh?
2.9 ounces. 2.9 ounces. Corsair is a fun little knife. I own one. We've carried it a bunch, and we are using it around the house right now, a black version of it.
I was just telling them that I've been using that one almost exclusively.
Yep. Melina has had hers out and playing with it, so we have used it for sure. $59.99 at smkw.com. That is another SMKW exclusive. Now, I'm going to jump right in, and I'm going to show you a whole other version of the brown burlap micarta that is from CJRB, which is, if you guys know, it's the budget-friendly line from Artisan. All the same. I don't see why they're separate, to be dead honest. I mean, I know Artisan does some very high-end stuff, but the action on the stuff with the D2 and all of that is amazing. This is the Barranca. Look at that. I have not seen one of these until just the other day. Look at that funky blade shape right there. This is the CJRB Barranca. It's an SMKW exclusive brown burlap micarta. The blade on this thing, 3.72 inch D2. They call it a Wharncliffe. I would argue that that is something other than a Wharncliffe. To me, it looks like you took a reverse tanto and you put a divot out of this section right here so that you could really choke out on this blade. You know, we let them name their own blades, but they're calling this a Wharncliffe right here. It does have the stonewash finish, and this one is over an 1/8 inch thick. It is 0.13 inches thick. While we're back here, there is the big old orange anodized integrated spacer and lanyard hole, which makes this really pretty. If you notice, there is the orange anodized pivot collar as well. Again, manual flipper ceramic ball bearings. Handle material, brown burlap micarta. That is exclusive and only available at SMKW. It is a liner lock. It is a ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip on this thing. Closed down. This thing goes down a big boy knife, 4.78 inches, so nearly 5 inches closed. This is a full-size EDC from CJRB. Use the ceramic ball bearings again. Boom, right there. This thing comes out to 8.5 inches overall. That is a full-size EDC. And it weighs in at 4.7 ounces on this particular knife. Again, it's only $59.99 at smkw.com. This is the SMKW exclusive CJRB Barranca. Not.
We're arguing blade shape and
Oh, are we?
mohawk spine versus harpoon.
Yeah, see, that's not even a mohawk, really. It's just weird. It's cut out. It is like you have dipped down.
Tanto, they're arguing sheets that Warncliffe.
It could be. You can even call it a giant coping blade if you wanted, with a divot cut out of the top. But I don't see Warncliffe on it, not at all. And it's because of, I don't see Warncliffe, and I'll tell you why. It's because of this right here. This angle right here, I don't see Warncliffe. So to me, Warncliffe would curve all the way to this little divot. I see reverse Tanto because edge and point as it comes out. But I could be wrong. You know, name it what you want. It's all good. It's a nice knife. It's fun. It has great action. All of these have just superb action from Artisan and CJRB. Brown Burlap Micarta Barranca. 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 I don't know who names names. I know I have to name some. Did Russell name this name?
Yeah.
Russell, you got to tell us what Barranca means. That sounds like when you're drunk and trying to say Ivanka. Can you bring Barranca in here? That's the Barranca, $59.99 at smkw.com. What else? Any other questions while we're right here in the middle of the show? Okay, awesome. Those are the exclusives that I've got for today. We got 2 other knives. Actually, I think the next knife is an exclusive. This is an exclusive too, is it not? Yeah. So 4 exclusives in today's show. The next knife that we have up is from Case. I don't think I've ever shown a copper lock on the show at all. And this one is the 50th anniversary 10-dot dating system copper lock. It is a collector's item. It is an exclusive to SMKW. So all of the knives that we did with the 50th anniversary dot dating system series, they all feature true sharp surgical steel blades with the mirror polished finish. You're going to notice that there is an embellishment on that blade that celebrates the anniversary, and it celebrates the 10-dot dating system. You're going to notice these are natural smooth bone handles with laser engraved Case tang stamps from over the years. So all different tang stamps that appeared from over the years are on that handle. And then the nickel silver bolsters on this thing have the 10 dots for this year's 10-dot tang dating system. We've gone back to that. This knife's pretty cool open. Even if this wasn't a collector's piece, I don't know where my cleaning rag went, so we'll just deal with it. Let me wipe this down. I mean, guys, that is a sexy bit of a claw of a Warncliffe on this copper lock. It is a lock, mid-locking lockback on the copper lock. So basically, it's half of a copper. It's a copper head with a locking blade. I like this thing. Those close down to 4.25 inches, so 4.25 on that. Copper lock. This particular one, this collectible from Case, is $79.99 at smkw.com. Now, I know we have been moving these very fast.
They want to see how it fits in hand.
How it fits in hand. Guys, I jacked my shoulder up last week, and it hurts to do this, so I'm going to suffer the pain. But it fits pretty good in hand. You can see that it goes all the way across my palm. I have medium hands. I wouldn't say that I have large hands. I'm 5'6". So, but my hands are not minuscule. I think it fits pretty good. I think it feels good in hand. Here we do that, and you can see it's coming out from my pinky right there. It also, the copper lock also gives you a natural guard in that bolster right there. Sort of like a canoe end right there. It's like if you took one end of a canoe and made a jackknife out of it, put a lock on the back, there's your copper lock.
Show the back handle, please.
No, we are not showing pile sides for anyone today.
That's what it's called.
Yes, let's all pile on the pile side. That is the back right there. It's just a nice little knife. Good strong lock back. There it is closed. That's the front. Here is the pile side. Right here. $79.99 at smkw.com. That is the Case 50th anniversary copper lock. It's the 10-dot dating system version. That handle, I believe, was designed by Brian Wilhoit. So, you guys are fans right there. That little, I think he did the dots on the bolsters too. So that is exclusive to us. Kind of cool. $79.99. Any questions?
No.
Let's do the last knife. Kaiser. We're on a Kaiser. This is the Kaiser Lieb. Oh, it's a fun little knife. It is a fun little pocket knife. This thing is going to satisfy all of your box cutting needs. Letter opening. It's going to ride with you. It's going to be fun. We have several different versions of the Lieb. This happens to be what they call the translucent G10. It's like a natural G10, and it's got a blue pivot collar on it. This knife has a 2.39 inch N690 stainless steel sheep's foot blade. Very funky little sheep's foot blade. It almost goes Kiradashi in the angle that you would hold to cut. It does have the satin finish, and it is just under an eighth at 0.11 inches thick. You can see the stainless steel liners right there. Again, we have the natural G10 or the translucent G10 handles on these, and it does have a washer pivot. So the action is pretty good on this manual flipper, especially for a small knife. I was kind of surprised when I played with it. A lot of times small knives don't want to flip. You end up with trouble trying to get them to flip. And this one does pretty darn good right here. I like it. The action again, I'll do it for you one more time. But see the action on this, it's pretty sweet. It feels pretty good in hand, though it's only going to go to my, it's a 3-finger grip, not a 4-finger grip. Good spot for your thumb out on the front. Feels pretty darn good. When it's closed, this knife is 3.46 inches closed. There's the front, 3.46 inches closed. There is the back, and it does have a removable tip-up pocket clip, but it is not reversible on this knife. When you opened it up, it is under 6 inches. It is 5.85 inches overall and weighs just 2.7 ounces. Kaiser Lieb, most all of them are $55 at smkw.com. $55 for this D2 knife, N690 knife with the natural G10 handles from Kaiser. Kaiser makes a good knife. They do really nicely with these. I like these little pocket knives. They're easy to put in your pocket and carry around. And guys, for what we really, unless you have a heavy cutting job, just as a daily carry, this Lieb's going to work. That's going to be perfect. It's going to be a nice size.
And it has a washer pivot.
Yes, that's what I said right there. Yes, it has the washer pivot. It does not have ceramic ball bearings. Kaiser does a lot of washer pivots. They also do a lot of ceramic ball bearing pivots. They also do a lot of steel ball bearing. I think they just do whatever suits the knife that they're working on right then. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, concerns?
Also, tell them that it also comes in Micarta.
Does it come in Micarta?
Yeah, brown Micarta.
Okay, so the Kaiser Lieb does come in brown Micarta, and it comes in black G10. Yes. Mm-hmm.
All three with the blue pivot.
All three with the blue pivot.
And I just linked them to all three.
And she just linked you to all three. I'm just going to repeat everything she says. Her pinky is healing. Well, that was a crummy flip right there. Should hear her scream out when she bangs it on something by accident.
At least you stopped threatening me.
Yes, I did. You know what the threat was? She says, "Are you threatening me?" The threat was, "Let's go get it looked at and sewn up if it needs to be sewn up." That's a threat. Urgent care and medical attention apparently is a threat in this household. But what's sad is I guarantee there's a bunch of you out there that agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. What else? Any other questions from anybody?
What's the best knife for skinning a Bigfoot?
What's the best knife for skinning a Bigfoot? It is the Buffini knife. If you've never heard of the Buffini knife, it's because it's invisible and it's very hard to find. But you can use a Buffini knife with its upswept downward Warncliffe to skin a Bigfoot. Every single time. Yes. She is now laughing and coughing like a Yeti. There's no. Is there a Bigfoot? Come on, guys. Is there? Wouldn't somebody have caught Sasquatch by now? What?
His name is Earl.
His name is Earl. Nice. I saw his show. Guys, we're brought to you by Smoky Mountain Knife Works, SMKW.com, the world's largest knife store. We like to talk about sharp and pointy things on this show, and Bigfoot, and Warncliffs, and whether people named blades right, or whether Barranca sounds like Ivanka while you're drunk. It just is what it is on this show. We like to have a lot of fun. We appreciate that you tune in. I've had several questions this week as to when does the Guys Talk Knives live show air. It's almost always Tuesday and Thursday. If we're going to miss, we tell you we're going to miss. Unless something just breaks down and we have to tell you last second that the show's not going to happen. And it almost always starts right around noon Eastern. So every Tuesday, every Thursday, right around noon Eastern is when we're going to jump on the air for Guys Talk Knives Live. Other things that we offer as far as video that is out there. Every single day we drop a get to the point video. That's just going to be a quick look around 2 minutes long of a particular knife that is in our inventory and available for purchase. It'll give you the highlights. It'll tell you about the knife, the specs, all of the things there, and just show it to you really quickly. That happens every single day, and those come out around 6:40, 6:45 every single day, depending on where you watch them. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, I do suggest that you subscribe, and I do suggest that all of you ring the notification bell. And if you do that notification bell, you're going to get notified on your phone as we drop a video. Other video content out there, we do a giveaway video on YouTube every single week on Wednesday. We drop that same giveaway as an image giveaway on Facebook. So you have 2 chances to win whatever it is. In fact, right now we're giving away a CRKT CEO. One is available on Facebook, one is available on YouTube. So you can sign up both places and you have 2 chances to win and 2 knives that we are giving away there. Follow us on Instagram, because Instagram is one of the easiest places to see new information quickly in the story. And when you see it in our story, if you're an Instagram user, you guys know what that is. It's the story part that's up at the top. You can swipe up and go right to those links. In fact, Melina drops a really pretty picture almost every single day, usually in the late afternoon, early evening. And she'll put that up as a feature image as well in our Your Story, and you can just swipe right to it. I know IG gets really hard because of the linking issues. You can't put a link with a post. But we can put swipeable links, and we do put swipeable links in the top of our Instagram story. Follow us on Twitter as well. Don't know why. Just do it. Just do it. Enjoy it.
Give away something.
She's telling me to give away something. So I am going to give away something. I'm going to give away the Barranca. Goodness gracious. We're going to give away this Barranca today. I don't know what to do yet for that Barranca.
What knife would you use to skin a Sasquatch?
A Sasquatch and a Bigfoot are the same thing.
So do it.
That's what you're asking the question should be? She didn't specify. She did. So this Barranca could be yours. Your reply needs to say what knife you would use to skin a Sasquatch. I would skin a Sasquatch with a CRKT Snicker. Boo, she's saying sharp finger and laughing the whole time. This is a great little knife. This is one of our SMKW exclusive brown Burlap Micarta. It is the CJRB Barranca. That's what we will give away, and we will let you know next Thursday who won this. Remember, you're telling us what knife you would use to skin Sasquatch, because she thinks that's hilarious. Any other questions, comments?
What happened to that other guy that used to be on the show?
Jason. We have him in a vault, and we feed him occasionally, and it's all because he shaved his beard that one time. Jason's at work, guys. Jason is coming into the building more than I am. We are at home. We're all just trying to keep safe in this crazy time, this pandemic. I'm trying to keep socially distanced. We were working in a space where you could trip over somebody every 5 feet. So to alleviate some of that, you spread us out. We keep doing the same job we've been doing, and you guys still get your sharp and pointy things. I end up doing the show from the house. We're going to try to wrangle it so that National Knife Day happens in studio. I'm going to try to wrangle Jason into at least part of it. He doesn't know this yet, but he's going to. He's going to try to do that with us. So Jason is working. Jason is handling the job. I'm just handling this part of the job. What else?
I think that's it. Make sure.
Any other questions?
Give away the Pena.
No, there's no Pena giveaway. It is not happening.
Okay. Yep. We're good.
Guys, we are brought to you by Smoky Mountain Knife Works, SMKW.com. Please come shop with us. Tell your friends about this stuff. Share all of our information. We are continually growing across all of the different channels that are out there. Just help us do that. Share it with your friends. You know people that like knives, so tell them about it. Make sure you're tuning in every Tuesday and Thursday. In fact, I want you to have a great weekend. Get rested up so that you can be with us again on Tuesday for Guys Talk Knives Live, number 134. We've got a great show lined up that day, including a more in-depth look at that Rough Rider 2176. I will leave you with this parting note. Those are going super fast. I suspect that by the end of the day today, we will have sold through 50% of the inventory. If you want one, go get one. There are plenty of places you can get to them. Use the link that's in the caption of this. My name is Andy. Melina has already traipsed off out of the... I don't know where she's going, but she's already traipsed off. She's done with you guys. So she has traipsed off that way. We're going to get out of here. Thanks for watching Guys Talk Knives Live, episode 133, brought to you by Smoky Mountain Knife Works. We'll catch you on Tuesday.